Eating is a learned skill, and I've learned it to such an extent that I can eat all the way up until get sick myself. So take that. Hi, welcome to Nareen's Life with MS. This is Nareen, and it's time for a Sunday check-in. And this Sunday check-in is, of course, a very interesting one because I am actually recording this much earlier than I normally do. And the reason for that is because usually when I do record these videos, it happens to be at a time when, at least today or maybe tomorrow early morning, the match is going to happen. Yes, it is the FIFA World Cup finals, and this is probably the only match in this World Cup where I am not just watching the highlights or the highlight reel. And so obviously it is one that I will definitely try and remember as much as possible. But of course, considering that football for that matter is such an interesting sport that it can pretty much bring the world together despite your team not making it ever. um, it is definitely a very interesting thing, and um, I would love to experience the same level of team spirit in a lot of the other sports, especially sports that I follow. And yes, I can say that yes, the cricket following in India is very high, but normally it's not the exact same like around the world. So definitely considering that sport does become a thing that a lot of people can relate to, I do wish that there were more sports that had the same worldwide acceptance or the same worldwide fervor that football does. And the reasoning for that is very simple. It's just that we definitely need reasons for the world to pretty much come together, for the world to pretty much leave its troubles behind. Because a lot of times what ends up happening is when we're watching something and we are enjoying the experience, it pretty much becomes a it kind of becomes a little haven, right? A little escape from all the troubles that we are dealing with. And when I think about the fact that having team spirit and really inculcating this team spirit for such a long time, right, regardless of whichever sport it is, following a team or just making sure that um, you are supporting a team even though you're not in any way related to it, does make you does end up giving you a little more um, a little more excitement, right? It gives you a way to step outside the regular daily stresses that you have. And now that the World Cup is going to end very soon, it does make me think about what the world will go back to, right? What is the normal that the world is going to go back to, considering that the World Cup is going to be ending very, very shortly. And that that realization does suddenly make you realize that the entire idea of fandom, right, be it sports or be it anything else, because there are plenty of fandoms out there, right? You have TV shows, you have books, you've got a lot of other things that have created their own universes, um, games for that matter, of course sports. They do end up becoming sort of our little comfort zone that we can go when the world becomes a little tough. And so I do want to know, where is your escape, right? Do you follow certain teams? Do you have team spirit, or is your fandom located elsewhere? Because at the end of the day, a lot of times, there has to be certain diversions for us so that we can just forget our daily stressors at certain points in time. So, yes, please do share what your escape is. Do share what fandom you follow. And if you do follow, if you are following the FIFA World Cup, which team are you supporting for to win this final? So of course, please do share your thoughts, your insights, your experiences in the comment section, so that we can get a conversation started. And of course, with all of that said, this is Naleen's Life with MS. I do hope that you had a great weekend, because after all of this, all I do want to say to you is good night, sweet dreams, and I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.